All right. Are we live? I don't know if we are live. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Good evening and happy Sunday to each and every one of us. I believe you all can hear me. All right. Thank you very much. So today our topic is very exciting. Those of us on Zoom, please, if you can hear me, type 111. Those of us on YouTube, if you can hear me, kindly type 111. Okay, fantastic. So today's topic is very interesting and fascinating for most of us. Okay, Mr. Michael, that's awesome. Nice to have you here on YouTube. Okay, beautiful. So today we're going to be discussing about the 5 customer love language you can use to get your loyalty, your customer loyalty and love to flow like milk and honey towards you. Now, as a business person, as an entrepreneur, number one thing you need to bear in mind in building a lasting relationship, in building a long lasting business is your relationship with your clients, your relationship with your customer. Because the truth is, for you to have consistent cash flow, you need to keep that relationship with your customer. Don't always transact business in a way of, hey, you bought for me today, that's the end. I don't care about you anymore. No. People that do well in the business world today, top brands, including myself, because of the customer relationship we've built with our customers, our clients, our audience, our community. Trust me, transactions can keep happening now and again over a long period of time. Why? Because of trust. Okay, so today we're going to deal on the 5 customer love language you can use to get loyalty of your customers, and not just their loyalty, their love, the love of your customers flowing towards your direction, towards your business, towards your brand, towards your products, towards your services, like milk and honey. All right, so let's get down on it. I know when someone see 5 love language, the first thing that will come to your mind is romance, relationship. Obviously, that's not why we are here, but I'm going to digress a little bit because I believe that aspect will give you a typical understanding of how to apply what I'm about to teach us in the business world, in your business. Okay, so with these 5 love languages I'm about to teach you, each and every one of us here, those of us on Zoom and those of us on YouTube Live, you can win the loyalty of your customers, but you must practice them effectively. If you don't practice them effectively, you will not be able to establish that perfect communication with your customers. So you must practice them effectively in your communication, your day-to-day communication with your customers. Why is that? Because before we proceed, there are some fundamentals I would like each and every one of us to understand and pay attention to this particular topic, because I know it's a dicey topic and an interesting one at that. Okay. So first and foremost, what's your understanding? If I should ask all of you right now, those of us on YouTube and on Zoom, type in the comment section. What's your understanding of the phrase love language? Once you just hear love language, what comes to your head? Type for me in the comment section. Type for me. Okay. Love language means relationship between man and oh god, this guy, you're very funny. All right. So not wasting much of our time. I can see your contributions in the chat. Love language, relationship between an individual. Okay, an individual with people on different levels. That's not a nice one, Esther. Okay, so I know that as an adult, we all know the primary meaning of what a love language is, both on the negative and on the positive. But just so that you know, and I want to set each and every of our mind in the direction of the main reason why we are here today, why we're on this section today. Though we are going to digress a little bit. I know we like that, but digressing a little bit is for me to lay the foundation of a neutral understanding, because I believe when you have a basic understanding, you'll be able to understand the application of this love language in your business, and you'll be able to actually apply it in your communication. Okay, so Love language is how people give love and receive love. That is a typical meaning, a layman's understanding of love language. Love language is how people give love and how they receive love. For example, when I say something like, I love you, Michael. Sorry, let me don't use any name, I beg. But for example purpose, let's say, because personally I don't say I love you anyhow. I don't utter that word I love you because it means so much to me. So I don't utter it anyhow. So it's an expensive word for me to utter. So anybody I utter that word for, yeah, there's a serious business there. Now, when I say, for example, I love you, now I expect the person to say back to me, I love you too, right? I give out love, I love you. I'm expecting something in return. So love language is how you give love and how people receive love. That's a typical example and explanation of what love language is. So that's a love language for a lot of people. And for many people that have been served with breakfast, you don't see I love you as anything again. All right. Most of us that have been served breakfast in life, now, you guys understand what I mean. So I love you is a love language, and it's one of the weakness of a lot of women, because the death of every woman starts from her ear, what she hears. If you want to kill a woman, just keep saying sweet, sweet things in her ear. You get her, you melt her down. Likewise, for men, the death of a man starts with his eyes, what he sees. All right? It starts with his eyes, what he sees. Okay, so in the days of our fathers, in the olden days, when I love you, the word I love you was a strong, casual word. You understand what I mean? As a phrase, it meant a lot to a lot of people. It carried so much weight, not in today's social media world where, ladies and gentlemen, anybody can fool anyone with the word I love you. I love you right now in the social media space. It doesn't hold so much value like it did before. I love you is used like a text, a chat, an emoji. Even people that use word of mouth these days don't really hold water too much on it. It doesn't really carry weight. Let me use that slang. It doesn't really carry weight. Now let's streamline it to in personal relationship. In personal relationship, love is felt and seen through actionable patterns and not just mere text, mere emoji, or mere words. All right. So in today's world, in today's social media world, with a lot of things happening, yes, I believe that a lot of people can be sincere and expressive genuinely online using text, emojis, and stuff. But trust me, 99.9% are not real. It doesn't hold water. That's in terms of personal relationship. That's what I mean. All right. So to back up, I love you should be backed up not just by words, but it should be backed up with actionable patterns. There's one of my goal last year, one of my statements, in fact, one of my rules last year. Don't pay attention to what people say. Pretend as if you're deaf. Pay attention to what they do. Listen with your eyes. All right. Someone said I'm digressing a lot. Yeah, I need to digress a lot so that you can understand the basic of what I'm saying. All right. So I don't know why I'm speaking in this way, in this angle, but I feel in my heart that someone should hear this. I feel that it's laid in my heart to speak in this angle so that I can save someone. You never can tell. You listen to me right now. What I'm saying is rightly for you. Okay. But I believe that a word, I believe that the word I love you shouldn't just be said, but it should be expressed in today's world for you to back it up. It should be expressed in an actionable pattern. So just like the word of God said in the Holy Book, guide your heart with all diligence because out of it flows the issues of life. So even God said it. So back to business. I'm not a relationship expert. I'm not a relationship expert, so I'm not here to give you advice on relationship, but trust me, I'm a business expert, a certified sales and marketing expert. I'm a business expert. So let's go back to business. All right. I can see Mr. Modukta said I should continue. He's enjoying it. I know you're going to enjoy it, but let's go back to business. Now, there are there are 5 ways people perceive love. There are 5 ways people understand love. There are 5 ways in which people give love and people also vice versa receives love. Now, we'll get into that soon, but I need you to know that the language as a context is the basic unit of communication. If there was no language, there will be no communication. And communication is the reality of life, is the unit of language, is the unit of communication, and communication is the reality of life. And that's why in personal relationship, if you really want to know if your relationship with someone is going on a positive direction, they communicate. That's why you see experts say communication is key. Now, that communication, not just about personal relationship, let's bring it down into business. Communication is the reality of life in your personal relationship and in your business relationship with your customers and with your clients. All right. So, emotional intelligence is the key principle in business. Now, if you are not emotionally intelligent enough, trust me, as an individual, you will not stand long in the business world. You will not survive well in the business world. Because trust me, business is war, is a battlefield, and is a survival of the fittest. And that is why you need to be emotional. Not any small negative thing that happened to you, you go and lock yourself in the house. You're a loser by doing that. In the business world, if you really want to succeed in the business world, you need to know when to turn your heart like a stone. Like, you need to know when to change your personality, your mindset, and your heart. More like a shade of an arrow. You know this sword shade. When they are coming to fight, you have a shade. Now, you need to be emotionally intelligent, because emotional intelligence gives you the ability to withhold pressure in the business world. All right. And that's why you need control over your emotion. When it comes to business, you can achieve you can achieve anything in the business world just by deciding on the kind of emotion that is required of you for every business transaction and dealing. That's what emotional intelligence comes. That's the meaning of emotional intelligence. Now, my experience in the business world, I ventured into the business world as young as when I was 12. But I've been intensive for the past 7 years. And trust me, when it comes to business, I don't know, maybe it's a gift from God. I have this high sense of perception and I have a high sense of understanding. So I understand things easily. I understand why people do what they do, why they act the way they act. I easily understand things. And because I'm very emotionally intelligent, I don't allow things to get at me. All right. And this is a key principle, a key note each and every one of us have to pay attention to. You need to be very emotional. Starting a business, you may not be that strong, but with practice, consistency, practice, and you being able to be in the surrounding of people that understand this language enough, having a mentor, a coach. Like most of times, some of my mentees like, this is what happened. I'm feeling so down. I was like feeling down. No, you don't quit. You go back at it. You develop the mindset. Personally, I have different personality when it comes to my dealing with different kinds of human beings in the business space and on different business levels. Okay. So you need to develop a strong emotional intelligence when it comes to you building a business and dealing with people, when it comes to you transacting deals and dealing with people in the business world. All right. Please, hope you are hearing me. If you can still hear me, give me 111 on the chat. And if you're gaining value so far, I need you to drop your favorite emoji in the chat. I love fire emoji. So just drop the fire emoji for me, please. All right. Thank you very much. All right. So love language is it's a very critical aspect of business, as it is in every romantic relationship. Just the way love language is important in every romantic relationship, it's also very, very important. In fact, it's a critical factor in every business. Okay, so in every business, love language is the language you use in communicating. You use in communicating between you and your customer, or you and your ideal clients, you and your community in the business world. So that's what love language is in business. So love language helps you communicate better to your customers, to your clients, to your community, to your audience when it comes to the business space. So as a salesperson in the business world, or as a salesperson in business, you must understand that your customer perceive love. You must understand how your customer perceive love, so that your understanding of how they perceive love can put you in a position to know how to give love to them, how to express love to them, how to express and show love in a language that they understand better. All right. For example, I'm an Igbo girl from a Igbo business, from a strong Igbo business background. Yeah. So in the business world, mostly, I don't know why I've seen this. Mostly, I've been in an environment of business people, but depth in the Igbo aspect. Now, if you look at Igbo business men and women, they show love in a very honorable and respectful way. What do I mean by this? You see an Igbo man, when it comes to business, they are having the same business, so they are running the same business. They could fight, drag customer, drag price, not physical fighting, but now pricing fighting, dragging customers and all whatnot. But you see, at the end of the day, maybe just like we just celebrated Christmas, you see them going to that person's house with a bottle of wine, a bag of rice. All right. Now that's a love language. You could see an apprentice in Igbo, they call it boy, an apprentice that served his master and wasn't good in serving his master. Obviously, he must have stole or done some bad conduct, but at the long run, the master settled him. Now he's on his own. He's now a boss of his own. Now, during this Christmas period, you will still see those guys going to pay homage to their masters, carrying gifts, bearing gifts. Now, since I was born, since I knew something, my dad is late, God bless his soul. But while he was still alive, I've never seen my dad going to the winery shop to buy wine. Our bar is always stacked with high quality wine, and it's all gifts from people. All right. Every Sunday evening, you see him pumping champagne. Him and his wife is drinking. He only knows about his wife. So why am I saying this? When it comes to customer relationship, you see those apprentices, they will still go and pay homage, they'll still go and pay honor, carrying bag of rice, chicken, more especially wine, expensive wine to their taste. Going to do what? To pay honor. And that is what we call love language. Even if they've been quarreling, you see that meeting, that homage, they are settled. They will laugh. And in that process, if you need something from the person, from the premier person, you can use the opportunity to ask, and it will be forgiving, or it will be given. All right. It's a love language. I can remember when I was a contract consultant with a computer firm. I worked with them for 5 years. So as a consultant, I train business. I train their clients. I do entrepreneurship training. I train them on business entrepreneurship training, and in the process, we make a lot of sales. We sell a lot of things in the process. Now, on every day, I'm scheduled to be in a state and to host a seminar. Now, on every day, I can remember 2019 when I generated sale in one day. I generated a sale of almost 3 million naira. Now, in my transaction with my employer, all right, that's a love language. With me producing that kind of result, whatever I say or do is mostly given to me like in a more will I call it favoritism, kind of. So I can use that as a love language as a consultant on a contract to my employer. All right. So there are different scenarios that you can see expressions of this love language. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. Please, if you're understanding what I'm saying, please type value. I'm trying to use some example that will be well understood so that you can understand what I mean by love language. All right. So please, if you are understanding, type value in the comment section. Those of us on Zoom and those of us on YouTube. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So back to what we're saying. What are the 5 ways that you can use in communicating love? Now, remember, communicating love is you expressing love, is you showing love to your customers. Mind you, you can also use any of these 5 ways in your personal relationship with people on different level. Because when I talk about personal relationship, romantic relationship, it's not always about man and woman, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend. No, you have a personal relationship between a mother and a child and their parents, cousins, all those different levels of relationship. You can have that. All right. So the first way you can communicate love to your customers, to your clients, is through what I call words of affirmation. Now, words of affirmations are spoken words of love. For example, in a personal relationship, you can say, hey, I love you. Even in business, I love you. All right. If you love someone, you need to at least say it by words of affirmation. Action, laudable words. I love you. Now I know in this world, some of you listen to me, maybe you're an introvert or you're someone that don't know how to express very well what you really mean or want, or indirectly saying it. But most at times, the people you're saying it to may not be able to decode. I'm not talking about that. But on a general term, I love you is a spoken word. All right? It's a spoken word that is felt through eye contact and action towards each other. So if you love someone, say it. But remember, in today's world, don't just settle at hearing or saying it. Also back it up with actions. All right? Because one of my rules is pretend as listen less with your ears and listen more with your eye. Pay attention, because trust me, patterns repeat themselves. All right. So if you don't say it, people will not know how you feel about them. Okay. So you can't just love someone. You can't love someone and just keep it to yourself. They won't know until you tell them. And most at times, you back it up with action, or in some cases, you show it, express it with action. Your action is already telling them, oh, so something is going on here, before you can finally do what? Say it. Because if you don't say it, only you knows about it, and it ends in what? It ends in your pocket. So learn how to honor your customers, learn how to honor your clients by telling them and showing them love, telling them, oh, I love you. You can do that. You can express your love to them through your actions, your commitment. All right. So these are different ways by which you can show words of affirmation. Now, aside from words of affirmation, you can also use words of compliment. You can compliment them. Words of compliment is also a love language. So learn how to give compliments even to the smallest detail of your clients. This is a secret weapon a lot of men use towards women. Yes, and we women, we are built in a way that once you use that on us, we fall to it, no matter how bossy we are. Okay? So, and vice versa for men. So use words of compliment. Learn how to compliment people. I can remember there's this mall I always visit in my estate. So each time I go to that mall, there's this lady I always see, the security lady. There are a lot of security people. Any day that lady is on duty, I love going there. And recently I went there and I saw her, the way she treated me, I loved it. And immediately I was like, I've never seen her on a particular hairstyle. And the moment I saw, I said, wow, I love your hairstyle. She just blushed. All right. So when you are transacting or communicating with your customers, learn how to compliment them. Oh, if it's a lady, oh, I love your hairstyle. Your hair is fine. I love your wristwatch. I love your handbag. Just look for something and accessories on them. Compliment, even for the men. I love your this. I love your that. I love, even to the smallest detail. Trust me, those days I was more of offline public speaking. Once I'm in the hall, I love complimenting my audience. and they love it too. And in that process, once I compliment them at the beginning, you see, at the conversation during this seminar, all the conversation I have all through will be like, will like connect. All right. So this words of affirmation, words of compliment opens up their hearts. Any defense they have, it opens up their hearts. All right. So that is one. Now, the second way by which you can show your love to your customers, your clients, is what I call quality time. Now, when you talk about quality time, some of you, in terms of personal relationship, you already understand it on that aspect. Some people love it when you give them attention. All right. And even in the business world, imagine you have an office and you have a lot of clients, and there is a particular client that has been standing for 5, 10, 15 minutes, and the moment you say, let you jump some the first few clients to attend to that particular client, they tend to be happy. So some people love it when you give them attention, for example, by showing up for an event in their life. Back to the Igbo business people, I'm just using them because they are the number one business people I spent almost all my life with, because I'm a business lady from a business background, from a business Igbo background. So now, quality time. You find out that we just did Christmas, right? So during this Christmas period, you find out that a lot of top business people, like on the same rank, or people that are lower and they want to establish stronger relationship with people at the top, you see that if these individuals are having any events, for example, they are getting married, their children are getting married, they lost someone and they are going for a burial of their loved ones, guess what happened? All the people that wants to remain in an association with that person travels down with them to grace their occasion and honor them. That is spending quality time. You discover this within Igbo people. Now that Christmas just happened, you see all of them, they travel to village. They don't travel to village just to spend time with their loved ones and showcase themselves. No, they also, you see them having events. Why do you think that during Christmas and New Year in the Igbo land, that is when they have the highest number of events? Now, they go for events whenever their business associate, their business colleague, or someone higher in the business chain above them is doing something. They go spend quality time. They attend the burial or the wedding or anything the person is doing. That is the way they show love. That's the way they show communication, because they know that after that event, when they go back to the business world and they need a favor, for example, my goods is on the way, I have a customer to attend to, and I need so quantity of goods. You see, just because you attended my father's burial, or because you attended my wife's whatever, or you attended a special occasion that was dear to me, I'll say, okay, let me give it to you. Now, because of the quality time you gave me, I am forced to break my rule of no credit to customers just because of the love language. I don't know if you get that. So spending quality time with people, giving attention to them, is another way to do what? To gain the loyalty of your customer. All right. I remember there was a time I had an event that was last year, early last year, and someone was like, I want to attend your event. And the person attended the event, and I was surprised the person stayed to the end. I was like, wow, you just amazed me. That's why this event has nothing to do with you, but you stayed at the end. And the person was like, just wanted to see how it went and how I'm going to speak, wanted to listen to me speak. So that is it. All right. So by paying attention to small details, I love you can be one of them. You don't necessarily need to say I love you. Remember, I say actionable. You express them through action, actionable communication. Okay, unspoken words, unspoken details. When you find out the unspoken details of the need and the wants of your customers and your clients, and you tend to satisfy, pay attention to those areas, trust me, you've broken the barrier. You've gained their loyalty. So that is it for the quality time. So let's talk about sacrifice. Let's talk about sacrifice. Remember what's number one? Number one is words of affirmation and words of compliment. Number two is quality time. Now let's talk about sacrifice. Now, a great mentor of mine will always say that, will say the proof of love he will say, proof of love without giving is useless. Now, when he said that, I doubted, but later I came to understand. He said, proof of love without giving is useless. So, yes, sacrifice entails giving gifts, and not just physical gifts. It could be service. All right. Sacrifice could be of what? Of service. So, yes, if sacrifice entails gifts, then you need to learn how to give without expecting to receive anything in return. You can't love someone without giving. You can receive gifts. All right. Receiving gifts is more like the third form of love language. But remember, you can also give gifts without loving. Don't mistake the two. All right. You can't love someone without giving, but you can give without loving. Now, sacrifice, giving gifts being the third form of love language, it's more like how will I put it? It's more like a code of honor. It's more like you honoring your customers, your clients. The honor that comes with the gift is that it's not about the kind of gift that you are giving itself, but the thought that comes with the gift. It doesn't matter how big the gift is. It doesn't matter how small the gift is. How small the gift is. It doesn't matter how expensive, shiny object that the gift is. It doesn't even matter how cheap the gift is. All right. What matters the most is the thought behind the gift. That's what makes the difference. I remember a few weeks ago, that was last week, last 2 weeks when we celebrated Christmas. So my neighbor, they just sent their daughter to give me something. I was like, why? You needed to see how I was so excited. Just that thought alone, that was what made me excited. Not even the gift, the thought alone. All right. So you need to learn how to give. You need to learn how to give gifts, because if you really learn how to give, you can penetrate anybody's mind. You can penetrate the mind and the heart of your customers. I'll still go back to this Christmas and New Year because it's a tradition. If you notice Igbo people, they do very well. An Igbo man is always intentional about his act. He may act stupid or dumb, but trust me, we are always intentional. Now, during this Christmas period, look at what happened. They go to people's house bearing gifts. I remember on Christmas Day, I called my mom. I had a video call with my family in Jos. So they were just drinking. There's this yogurt. Oh my God, I'm a yogurt lover. There's this yogurt in the north they call Farm Fresh. The whole yogurt I've tested in my life, that yogurt still stands to be number one, and it's produced only in Jos. It's called Farm Fresh. If you've not tested that yogurt, trust me, you've not started your journey in yogurt. So they were just drinking the yogurt. They were excited. They were drinking, showing me. Everybody was excited, and they were like, a family friend brought it in cartons for them as a Christmas gift. Now, do you know what that man did? He brought the gift. Now, that gift is going to cement the heart of my mom to continue transaction dealings with him, whether she likes it or not. All right. So learn to give, because if you really learn to give, you can penetrate anybody's heart. It's a secret. Let me tell you, it's a secret to attract the heart of the rich and wealthy that you want to gain access to in your area of work, in your business, or in your niche. All right. So as a smart person, which each and every one of you listening to me right now is, you need to see yourself as the giver. Always see yourself as a giver, not as a receiver. All right. Even in the Bible, it said, there's this song, blessed is the one that giveth than the one that taketh. Sorry, I don't have a good voice. I know singing is not my thing. All right. But blessed is the one that giveth than the one that taketh. And he whose hand is at the top is the one that benefits more. It's an adage in Igbo. He whose hand is at the top is the one that benefits more. All right. So learn to give. Learn to give. Use every celebration period. It could be Easter, like this New Year. Learn to give. Learn to give gifts to your clients. Learn to give gifts to your customer. In fact, in just all of you that are listening to me, if you know an Igbo man, as in a typical Igbo area, people that do business, I don't know about the West, but I'll talk about the North. What Igbo men do there, but I don't know, maybe it's basically, but I know it's the culture among them. This New Year, all the customers coming, they've printed jotters. My dad do it a lot. He will print jotter with his brand. So as customers are coming, he's giving them Happy New Year, Happy New Year, and they'll be so excited. They'll go and call most of them. You know, these house people, oh, they're giving gift, though, go and buy something. It will attract more customers, and you see those customers will be so happy. I remember when my dad died during that was last 2 years, and during the wake keeping, just before we had to go to the final burial in the village. Come and see, they just Plateau as a whole, the business area inside the city, if you know just Plateau well, inside the city was shut down. In fact, the Muslims were scared that Christians may be planning an attack against them. They didn't know that they had to respect my dad in a way of showing their respect to honor his death. All the businesses in Jos shut down. The church couldn't even contain the crowd that came for the wake keep. Now, that is to show the act of giving my dad has built in over 45 years in business. Now, why am I saying this? It's very important you understand that whatever relationship you're building with your customers will also influence in the long run, will be like an assistance back to your loved ones, and not even you. It could even live even when you're dead. It could help your business grow even when you are not even there. All right, so that is it for number 3, sacrifice. Number 4 is what? Act of service. Now, doing something for your partner or your client or your customer without you asking them to do anything, or without you asking them for it. For example, just like the lady I spoke about, the security lady at a mall that I always visit. Each time I visit that mall and she's the person on duty, the moment she sees me, because it's a transparent glass door, the moment she sees me from her stand, she comes to open the door. And probably if I'm holding anything, she collects everything I'm holding, greets me, the way she treats me. Trust me, I'm obliged. Each time I'm done with my shopping and I'm leaving, I give her tips. Because when she carries everything I have, she's the one to go keep it in a secured cupboard. When I'm coming out from the mall, she goes and get them out and give it to me. So that's an act of service. That's her way of showing love to me. And guess what? With her attitude, she draws more customers to that mall. I like going there because of her attitude. That's her act of service. All right? So that's in business. Look for things you can do for your client. Know what you do in your business and know what you can do for them, even when you're serving them. It could be to package whatever product you have for them. It could be to deliver. Just look for an out of service. That's another way of communicating love. That's a love language. All right? Even in your personal relationship, you can decide to serve your spouse breakfast in bed, something like that. It's add a touch of romance, something like that. I guess you guys understand what I'm talking about, right? Someone is saying in the chat, you're on point. So please, if you're gaining value from this, please, this is the best time to share this live section. Copy the link, post on your social media, post on groups, get a lot of people, invite people to this section. We've not even gone half full. Invite people to this section. If you're gaining value here, I'm giving you everything for free. I know I used to have a closed mentorship paid section, a closed VIP coaching section, but this is what I'm doing for members of my community on Zoom for free, and I'm doing it, extending it to my community members on YouTube. All right, so please share this, and if you're new to this channel, you're welcome. This is Eminent Augusta TV channel. My name is Eminent Augusta. Do well to subscribe to this channel, because trust me, I'm going to blow your mind away. I'm going to keep dishing out content that will help you grow your business and your financial, that will help you grow in your business and your financial life, and also help you on personal advancement. All right, so the first thing you want to do is to click on the thumbs up if you're gaining value from this video. Like this video, then click on the subscription button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to tap on the bell, turn on post notifications, so that you'll be among the first group of people to receive the alert of every content and every live event we are having in this section. All right, fantastic. So let's go over to the last one, number 5. So number 5, the 5th way of showing love is physical touch. Now, when I talk about physical touch, what I mean is body contact. All right, body contact could be by shaking of hands, by hugging, by putting a voice or a face to your business. You know, most of us in this area, we do our business online. Putting a face to the business, putting a voice to the business, both online and offline. All right. So that's what personal touch means. So try as much as you can to inculcate a personal touch when you are communicating with your clients, with your customers. Someone that does this so much, I love and respect, is Oprah. Oprah Winfrey. If you keep, I've never seen her face to face. I'm a very big fan of Oprah Winfrey, one of the greatest black entrepreneur, the female entrepreneur in the world. Now, Oprah, there's something I noticed about Oprah. In all her life section, Oprah has a magic way of connecting to her client's soul. And she does that by physical. Oh my God, Oprah does. In fact, Oprah wins people's hearts by physical touch. Oprah will communicate with you, and as in, while she's communicating, she knows how to touch you physically. It could be a pet, it could be through her voice. She can even make you to cry, as in, she has a way of connecting to your soul in every of her section. So Oprah does that a lot. All right. So some of you may want to go watch Oprah and see how she connects to people physically. She does the physical touch connection. That's her own primary love language with all her clients. Okay. So learn the physical touch. All right. It's very, very important. So in summary, everything that we just said so far, let's go over the 5 love language again. And this time around, I'm not going to digress. I'm going to summarize everything. Let's summarize everything as to how you can apply it in your customer relationship in your business. So let's remember, who can list the 5 love language, the 5 ways to express love, the 5 love language I just mentioned. Okay, the first one, beautiful, fantastic, Olivia, words of affirmation. Now, remember the code of honor. Whenever you hear words of affirmation, whenever you hear words of compliments, always put at the back of your mind that is a code of honor. Meaning, always make your customers feel important. Make them feel honored by honoring them. Example, how do you honor your customer? Always call their name. The sound of the name of every individual is the most beautiful sound they will ever hear in their life. So learn how to call them by their name. Learn how to add their name to the messages you're sending to them, because their name is the most beautiful sound they will ever like to hear. Okay, treat your clients, treat your customers very well. Make them to feel like a VIP. All right, make them to feel like a VIP, make them to feel special. All right, so that is it for words of affirmation and words of compliment. Learn how to compliment them. All right, so the second love language is quality time. Now, when we talk about quality time, in summary, it means it's all about you showing up. Keep showing up, keep appearing on the faces of your customer. Just like the people that does this a lot, the brand I respect so much, Coca-Cola and MTN, they know how to show up on your face on billboard. When you are driving, you're seeing them on billboard. When you're on your phone, you're seeing their adverts everywhere. When you're watching a television, they are there. When you're listening to radio, they are there. They are just everywhere. They keep showing up. They keep showing up. And when they show up, most of the times when they show up, they make you feel special by adding your name or your business name, attaching it to a billboard or any of their adverts. I remember when Coca-Cola was putting people's name on the bottle. In fact, it remained for them to label your pants. They looked for all possible ways to create that quality time and physical touch. They were labeling people's billboard, their shop, all those stuff, putting people's name on the bottle. If they had a way of whatever it is that you're wearing every day, they will put their name there. They are spending quality time with you. They make you feel special. All right. And this is a factor and a reason. In fact, from what I just told you right now, I just realized that this is the reason why most small businesses fail, because they don't show up. So you must learn, as a business person, you must learn how to show up every blessed day, be it your product, your service, your brand, whatever it is. Show up every blessed, even if it's annoying them. Keep showing up. All right, keep showing up. Never you ever stop showing up. You must see, if you want to start building, if you're in this channel and you're just starting out in a business, let me tell you, your beginning days are the toughest. If you can succeed your first 90 days, then trust me, you can do another 90 days, do another 90 days. But the first 3 years, 2 to 3 years, 999 days in your business is the most important phase in your business. You can get all excited up, but that is where you start seeing the curve of your business going up, down, going up, down. All right. This is a fact. So in essence, what am I trying to say? Show up, learn to show up on a daily basis. All right. So number three is the third love language is sacrifice, receiving gifts. Always carry out promos in your business. You can give bonuses, you can give promos. That's another way you can apply the sacrifice and giving gifts. You can do bonanzas. You can even give normal gifts. Just like this is a new year, you can decide to print jotter or get a pen, customize it. It's not expensive. Customize it or get a book. All right. Or if you have a gift in your company, it could be just look for an item that is not so expensive. Use it as a gift to all your clients. All right. Give gifts. This is one thing my dad is known for. Every Christmas, if he's not giving jotter, he's giving a gift that relates to his business that his customer will come to buy. Just look for something. Give gifts. All right, give gifts. It could be calendar. You see, they'll do a brochure or they'll do a calendar, give you, you hang it in your shop. What do you think they're doing? They are showing up on your face. Indirectly, whenever you need that product, just remember them as you are checking your dates every day on the calendar. All right, so be strategic when you're giving gifts and when you're that's for the sacrifice. That's the love language. Then the fourth one is art of service. I illustrated about the art of service. So you need to know what your customers need. You need to know their wants and their needs, even without them saying it out. For example, the lady in the supermarket I always visit in my estate, she already know that whenever I'm going to that supermarket, I have a day I always go out, and that day I'll go out, I'll just do all my wakajuga and come back. Now, each time I'm coming back, I always stop to pick things from the supermarket. Now, anytime I go there, I always carry things in my hand. Maybe I went to a market to buy stuff, then I end up in the supermarket to pick things I need personally. So each time I'm approaching, she will open the door and help me carry. I didn't ask her to help me, but she already noticed my need. She noticed my want without me asking. She's doing it for me. So art of service. No, you need to know that some of your customers can be stubborn and lazy. So they will not do, most of the times they won't even do anything that you ask them to do until you do it for them. So learn to service your customer without them asking, by you identifying their need and their wants. Also, learn to create services in a way that is a done for you, done with them service. That's why you see a lot of service providers, when for them to make a lot of money, they create services where they run services on done for you or done with you kind of service. So this usually gets your customers open up. It usually it gains the loyalty of your customers. All right. So when you carry out acts of services, it helps gain the loyalty of your customers. So in essence, what am I trying to say? Learn how to approach your customers with a done for you or done with you kind of service. You can use phrases like, oh, don't worry, I'll do this for you. Don't worry, I'll help you. Don't worry, let me hold you by the hand and do this for you. Don't worry, let me help you walk up to the staircase. Maybe you're wearing heels. Don't worry, let me open the door. Just look for things, okay? This right here, what I just told you right now, is a major key factor and you can even create an offer around your services. The done for you, done with you kind of services. All right, so take note of that. So that is it for number 4, out of service. So the last one is what's the last one? What's the fifth love language? Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Peter. The last one is physical touch. Okay, so in business, when you talk about physical touch, in business, there are people that will not connect with you without physically seeing you. There are some customers, there are some clients like that. In fact, there's a friend of mine, the kind of business he does, the kind of clients he has. Do you know that there are clients that will not transact business with you? They will rather want to pay you a visit to see your home, how organized your home is. And if you have a wife, there are some clients that they want to come and pay you a visit and see your home, how organized your home. How organized your home is will tell them if they can trust you with their money. Now, some of them will go extra lengths to see if you have a wife. If you don't have a wife, they have nothing to do with you. These are high-paying clients. If you don't have a wife, some people are like that too. If you don't have a wife, they won't transact business with you. They want to come to your home to see how organized your home is and to see your wife, how two of you communicate and how you treat your wife and how she appears. That alone is more like an old school way of doing business. That alone already give them everything they want, if they should trust you with their funds or if they should not. If they should do business with you or if they should not. Some clients are very traditional to that level. Why some clients is if they don't see you physically, no business transaction. Though I'm happy that with today era, that mindset has shifted. It's shifting. In fact, it has shifted on a higher level. But some people are like that. So when building a brand for your business, ensure to schedule physical events, both online and offline. I was going through a course. I was going through a course this morning, and at the end of the course section, they were like, let's do group selfie, group picture. I was like, group picture on Zoom again. And what he was like, everybody should on their video, let's do a group picture. That's a physical touch. All right. So you need to learn how to create events online and offline where you can create a physical touch to meet with your clients so that you can meet them and touch them. Okay. So have that in mind, bear that in mind. So until people put a physical touch. In fact, most of you struggling in your business because you're not putting a physical touch to your business. So until you put a physical touch to your business, in those cases, you can gain loyalty of some clients. But in some cases, you may not gain their loyalty because the physical touch is not there. So organize things, organize events that can create physical touch that allows customers to connect with you, to interface with you, to have an interface with your product, your service, and with you. Let them have a face. Let them have something they are connecting with. It could be online. Sometimes many online entrepreneurs, one of the reasons why you struggle in making sales is you think it's all about automation. Yeah, AI is on. We have AI, we have robots, we have software doing a lot of things on automation. But some customers will not comply. They won't give you that loyalty till they have a physical touch. So it's always good as an online entrepreneur. You go your extra length to make the phone calls. You must make the damn fucking phone call. Must. You may go extra mile to do a voice note. Let them feel that touch. You must go your extra miles to have a live video with them. All right. So keep that in mind. So in conclusion, as a business owner or as an entrepreneur, you need to learn how to reach out to your customers, identify their primary love language, communicate with them using any of the 5 languages that I listed that appeal to their primary love language. All right. So that is the end of today's section. So how was today's section? If you gain value from this section, please do well to drop down the comment section below your take on this section, what you learned, what your takeaway, what you're taking home from this section. And don't forget to like this video. Like this video, click on the thumbs up, like the video. That's your way of showing appreciation. Remember, you didn't pay me for this undiluted value that I just gave you. So it's your way of showing appreciation that you gain value. Like this video, you can share it with your loved ones. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notification, tap on the bell one so that you receive a lot of every content, value-driven content we are uploading on this channel or whenever we go live like this. All right. So those of you on Zoom, thank you very much. Those of you on YouTube, I can see you. So don't forget to subscribe. In this channel, I remain my humble self, Eminent Augusta, always here at your service. Here we give you content, information that help you grow your business, your finances, advance your life as a success and purpose-driven individual. So see you next time. See you in our next section and remain blessed. I love you all. Oh my gosh.